welcome to another vlog. I am back out on the mountain tonight. It is the most gorgeous evening, so I decided to drive up here, and it was exciting because I came up here a couple of weeks ago to do a photo shoot and the summit of the mountain was closed. But tonight I got up here and for some reason it's now open, so I got to drive to the top. The views are amazing. But a couple of weeks ago when I came up here, I was planning on doing the shoot at the summit. So I had to drive around and look for another area, and I found this area that's a whole network of cross-country skiing trails. And it's so beautiful, especially in the evening. So I made a mental note that the next time there was a really nice evening, I was going to come up here and do a hike. Look at all the bear grass up here. I love this stuff. I think it's so pretty, and there's so much of it. It's everywhere right now. Well, I blew past my steps today. I'm at 11,492 steps. So the shoot that I was up here doing a couple weeks ago was with the company Polar Pro, who makes camera stuff. I've talked about some of their ND filters and lens caps, and they just make some really cool, thoughtfully designed camera accessories, I would say. So I was working with them to shoot some product imagery for their new quick draw collection that they just released. But the really fun thing about it is I got my husband to be my model for the shoot because I was the one doing the photography, which, as you guys have probably deduced already because he's never been on my channel, my husband is definitely not an in front of the camera type of person. He's not really into the vlogging thing. He's not really into social media in general. So it was super fun for me to make him a model for the evening. And he was such a great sport about it, as I was telling him, like, no, turn your shoulder a little bit more and look this way and look down and smile more, softer smile. And if you're into photography, you should definitely check out the new quick draw collection because it's super nifty. It's 3 new products that are designed for on-the-go shooting, and the cool thing about them is they all take the same camera plate. So here on my backpack strap, there's the Traverse clip, which your camera just clips right into there. This can hold up to 90 pounds of gear. And then around my neck here, I have the Belay. This is ergonomically designed to lay flat against the body, which I have never used a camera strap like this before. To remove it from the clip, there's this button right here that you press and then you just rotate it and it comes right out. And then because it has the same plate on the bottom, you can just take it down to the Traverse and just click it in like that into the Traverse. There's a button up here you can slide to lock it. And then the third product in the collection is the Apex tripod. This is a compact, lightweight tripod, but it does hold up to 25 pounds. The legs all adjust individually, and the joints or the adjusters, I don't know what you would call that part, they have like metal teeth, so they really lock together. It's such a genius idea because I can have my mirrorless camera on my backpack strap, but then maybe I see something and I want to throw a tripod down and get a shot. It's pretty cool if you're like an on-the-go shooter, a hiker, or a traveler. Huge thanks to Polar Pro for sending me this stuff to try out, and I will have a link to the new collection down below. Well, the sun is starting to dip, so I'm going to head back to my car and down the mountain, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hello from my kitchen. I have probably spent more time in the kitchen in the last month than I have in the last 2 or 3 years combined. I've completely overhauled my diet in the last month. I was eating so much junk food in quarantine. And so I would say that I've made my diet about 50% vegetables. And in order to do that, I've been spending a lot of time looking up healthy vegetable recipes. So today I thought I'd bring you guys along with me as I make one of the recipes that I've found that I really love. It's summer rolls or fresh rolls. I hear them called both things, and they're paired with a peanut dipping sauce, and they are so good. I will put the link to the blog that I found this recipe on down below. You've got red bell pepper, a cucumber, some carrots. I buy the pre-julienned ones. Julienned, I'm not a chef. Some butter lettuce. I bought this living lettuce, butter lettuce. I had never seen this before, but it's like lettuce that comes with the root intact, and I don't know if that makes it any better or not. And then also probably the thing you're wondering the most about, the spring roll wrappers that I use are from Blue Dragon. I find these at just a regular grocery store in the Asian foods section, so it shouldn't be too hard to find these. Okay, so I have everything cut up and ready to assemble. We have the carrots, the cucumber, and the pepper all cut in thin strips, about a handful of cilantro, a whole avocado, some red cabbage. That's actually way more cabbage than I'm going to need. The butter lettuce. So the interesting thing about these wrappers, if you have never done this before, is they actually come like very stiff, almost like plastic sheets. They're also pretty fragile, so you want to be kind of careful with them, but they come looking like not even like food. So what you want to do is you want to fill a pan or some large pot with warm water, something that this can easily fit in without bending it. And then you submerge these in water for 15 to 20 seconds. And once they've absorbed the water, they'll begin to take on that rice paper wrap feel to them. So I just follow the blog post and kind of assemble it how she does it. I start with some carrots, and then like a couple things of cucumber. And you definitely don't want to overstuff the roll or make it too wide. Get a little bit of cabbage in there. I take a pinch of cilantro and sprinkle that all over it. It doesn't matter if it kind of goes everywhere because it's just going to get wrapped up. A couple pieces of avocado. This will make your hands really messy, by the way. And then on top of all of that, you want to take a piece of butter lettuce and kind of like wrap it all together. It kind of just holds it all neat. Then grab the bottom of the wrap, and you want this to be tight but not too tight. And this is just a feeling that you kind of have to practice and learn. Roll it over once, then fold in the sides like this, and then continue rolling it all the way up. And there you have your first fresh roll. So here are the rolls all done. I'm trying to keep them from touching each other. The paper kind of gets tacky after it starts to dry, and if you stack these all on top of each other, the paper will start sticking together and they can tear when you try to separate them. And then you just slice them in half and you have your fresh rolls. I've also tried doing an angled cut so it like looked a little bit nicer on these, but I found that they kind of fell apart when I tried that, so I don't know if I'm just not doing it right, but I just cut them straight down the middle. And then for the dipping sauce, it's super simple. It's only 5 ingredients. It's peanut butter, garlic, some sriracha, some soy sauce, some hoisin sauce. The blog recipe will have all the exact amounts. Mix it all up. It takes like 1 minute, and that's it for the whole recipe. It's so simple. It's so delicious. If you do try this, let me know what you think down in the comments below. We have this swing set in our backyard that my parents built when we were really young. The swings have currently been misplaced for my husband's workout rings up here on the top. Also back here we have these bars. When I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, I was doing a lot of gymnastics. I was really into that. And one day when I came home, my mom had installed these to surprise me. She like poured concrete and stuff. She was very DIY. Both of my parents were. They DIY'd all of this. And it was so much fun. It was so cool to come home and see these, and I could practice like my pullovers and stuff with my friends in the summertime. So many good memories back here. Gonna undo this here and sit out and swing a little bit. I don't think I've ever vlogged on a swing before, and I don't know if you guys can hear that this thing is like kind of creaky. Like my brother and I joke when we come out here and start swinging on it. It's a death trap now. It's not actually that bad. I think it sounds worse than it is. So I celebrated my birthday this last week, which was really fun. I turned 31, which is insane. I don't feel at all how I thought 31 would feel as a kid. I feel so much younger, but I always try to embrace my birthday and be really positive about it because there's something that my mom told me that I will never forget. So if you don't know, I lost my mom a few years back to cancer. And after her diagnosis and while she was going through treatment, she said something to me one day that will stick with me for the rest of my life. She said that she used to look at people who were 90 years old and think, oh my gosh, that's so old. I don't ever want to get that old. As I think a lot of us have thought at some point in our life. But she said after her diagnosis, her mentality on that completely flipped. And whenever she saw somebody who was around that age, she thought, wow, how lucky for them to have had so many years and so many birthdays. And she told me that you should always feel so grateful for a birthday, no matter how old you're turning. And I've made a promise to myself that I will always embrace my birthday and my age and be excited about it. So I'm 31 and I am super grateful for the last year, and I'm excited for the year ahead of me. Even if it's just mostly spent inside because 2020 is trying to ruin us. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me for another kind of random chatty vlog, and I will see you guys later. Bye.